All right, let's talk about building wealth. Most people think it's all about income, right? But what if I told you that's just the start? We're gonna look at it differently, like building a machine that doesn't just earn money, but grows it and protects it.
So let me ask you, is your income working hard enough for you? We're about to tear down the exact playbook that the pros use. This is how you stop trading time for money and start building a real, resilient financial machine. Okay, so first things first, we've got to talk about the high earner's dilemma. You know the feeling, right? You're pulling in a great income, but it feels like it's getting eaten alive by taxes, by inflation. This is exactly why just making more money isn't the answer. You need a system. It's not just a nice to have, it's absolutely essential. And here's the core issue, the fundamental truth. High income is just the starting line. It's not the goal. Without the right structure in place, all that cash you're earning is just, well, it's kind of like trying to fill a bucket that's full of holes. The real challenge is turning that income into wealth that sticks around. So how do we plug those leaks and actually start building something real? Well, now we get to the fun part, building the engine of our machine. This is all about the mechanics of grabbing attention and, you guessed it, turning that attention into revenue. In this engine, it runs on one super simple but incredibly powerful idea from what we call the attention economy. And that is, sales always follow attention. So in today's world, being on all the major social platforms, that's not just some marketing tactic. No, it's the baseline requirement. It's the ground floor for growth. And look, this isn't just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks. It's a system. It's a funnel. Step 1, you cast a wide net and build your presence organically. Step 2, you tap into other people's audiences through collaborations. You're basically arbitraging trust. And then, once you've got that momentum, step 3, you pour gasoline on the fire with targeted paid ads. It's a literal factory for creating attention. But does all this attention actually turn into money? Oh yeah. Let's talk numbers. One of the key ways you monetize this attention is through things like email marketing. And get this, according to one study, for every single dollar you put into email marketing, the average return is $36. 36! That is a mind-blowing 3,600% return on your investment. That's how powerful this is. Okay, so our growth engine is humming along, it's running at full speed. What's next? This is crucial. We have to build the chassis, the protective armor around that engine. And that means putting the right legal structure in place to shield your personal life from your business risks. Just take a look at the difference here. Without that legal structure, your personal assets, your house, your car, your savings, they're totally exposed if something goes wrong in the business. But with an LLC, a limited liability company, you create what's called a corporate veil. It's like a legal firewall. It's not just some piece of paper. It's a very real wall that separates your business from you, the person. And that protection is non-negotiable. So how do you build this firewall? It's actually pretty straightforward. It boils down to these 3 phases. First, you make some foundational decisions. Pick a name, get a registered agent. Second, you make it official by filing the paperwork with the state. And third, and this is super important, you set up the operational side. Get a separate business bank account. Each one of these steps adds another layer of armor to your financial life. All right, we have the engine and the chassis. Now it's time to talk about the fuel. And I mean the high-octane stuff. We're diving into the advanced strategies for capital and tax efficiency. This is all about cutting down on what you lose to taxes so you have more capital to pour right back into the machine. And this table, this says it all. It shows the night and day difference between the advice most people get and what the experts are actually doing. Forget the simple cap deductions. We're talking about a complete shift in mindset to strategically optimize the tax code. Things like using the actual expenses for your home office deduction, not the simplified one. Or looking into things like oil and gas investments that can have massive, immediate write-offs. Now, speaking of advanced strategies, here is one of the most powerful ones out there, especially for high-income families. It involves one spouse officially qualifying as a real estate professional. And to be clear, this isn't some shady loophole. It's a specific designation in the tax code. And if you meet these 3 strict criteria from the IRS, you unlock an unbelievable tax advantage. So why is this such a big deal? Here's why. It allows you to take what are normally passive losses from real estate, think depreciation, which is a non-cash expense, and turn them into active losses. What does that mean? It means you can use those paper losses to directly wipe out the tax you owe on your main income, whether that's a W-2 job or another business. This isn't just a small tweak, it's an absolute game changer. But, it's not enough to just build a great machine. That machine has to operate in the real world. And the world is messy, so a truly well-built machine has to be able to handle whatever gets thrown at it. Inflation, economic shocks, you name it. Let's take inflation. If you look at the recent numbers, you see this slow, steady climb. It might not feel dramatic day to day, but make no mistake, it's like a silent tax that's constantly eating away at the value of your money. This is exactly why holding cash can be so risky and why owning actual, tangible assets becomes so incredibly important. And you can see these pressures playing out all over the place. Take a look at this chart of a regional energy market. It's not just showing that prices are higher than the national average. No, it's projecting a potential future shock. A scenario where a bunch of different factors could converge and send prices through the roof. And when you dig into the why, you see it's not just one thing. It's what experts are calling a perfect storm. You've got refinery closures squeezing supply, you've got regulations driving up costs, unique fuel requirements, plus some major infrastructure weaknesses. All of these things are hitting at the exact same time. So, faced with all that, how does our machine protect itself? How do you defend your purchasing power? Well, the consensus from experts points to one thing: owning a diverse set of inflation-resistant assets. We're talking about things like real estate, gold and silver, broad market index funds, even some digital assets. The common thread? They can't just be printed into oblivion like paper money. That scarcity is their defense. So, let's bring this all home. Building real, lasting wealth isn't about finding one magic bullet. It's about building an integrated system, a powerful growth engine to generate revenue, a tough protective chassis to keep it safe, and the right kind of high-efficiency fuel to make it run optimally. It's a machine engineered to handle the twists and turns of a very unpredictable road. So the real question you have to ask yourself is, have you just been earning an income, or are you building a machine that's truly built to last?